Them all down the road back there.
We passed about 6 or 8 bags still. Yeah. The rear trailer that was on its side, the axle started falling off of the...
Right, and I know why.
You know why what? We are riding with the Hive today, yes sir. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ride with the Hive. I'm Trooper O'Driscoll with our commercial truck inspection section, and let's go see where we can make a difference today. So right now we're on our way to go assist other troopers. There's reports of some debris, bags of mulch in the middle of the interstate. We're just going to go make sure if it's come from a commercial vehicle or not and see if we can do anything to help. Oh, it is commercial.
We walked pretty well. All this stuff all down the road back there.
We passed about 6 or 8 bags still.
This gentleman's coming from Idaho, taking this down to Sandy, and looks like probably one of his straps got loose or broke, something happened, and lost a bunch of bags of mulch all on the freeway. Back 5-6 miles and saw all the bags in the freeway, so we shut down traffic, got that cleaned up. And now we're just now we got him, so we're gonna help him re-secure it, but we're gonna do an inspection right now. And failure to secure your load is a out of service violation, so he's gonna be put out of service until we can get this load re-secured. So, we can just do it all at once. So we're just gonna do an inspection here on the side of the road. I'm not gonna, so it's a straight truck up front, or yeah, straight truck. Because it's truck, the long trailer, and then this is the pup on the back.
I'll get behind the truck first and watch those back lights.
Yeah, so I'll check. I can do the front lights, and then we'll just do the pup in the trailer. Check all your lights. So I'm just going to be in the front. I'll have you turn all your lights on like you're driving at night. I'll have this gentleman check the lights back here. I'll check the lights in the front. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. You turn your lights on? High beams?
Salt Lake 724 1060.
What's your wipers?
Number 7 traffic, I'll be tonight.
You got a fluid? Okay. All right. So what we're working on right now is just an inspection on the truck. We're making sure all the lights are working. We're checking all the safety equipment. Trooper O'Driscoll is checking the tires, making sure they're inflated, making sure all the lug nuts are tight. So it's kind of our standard inspection procedure.
435, Salt Lake 7.
435.
435.
You might have a flat tire, so we're gonna go measure it, make sure it's not. Yeah, 30 PSI.
30. The rest are good.
Yeah, so he's got 2 out of services on this one.
He's probably already told you, but he's trying to get to 90th, so maybe we just follow him that far and get him off the interstate and then put him out there. So we're going to go ahead and move this truck down to a safer spot to finish the inspection. He's got his load secured sufficiently to get us to where we're trying to get to, just another mile or so down the freeway. So we'll try to get to a better place where he can finish the inspection. The driver is going to be out of service until he fixes a tire and gets his load secured, so we don't want him to have to sit here and do that. So we'll take him to a safer spot where he can get things taken care of there. So we're just kind of doing a little bit of a slowdown so he can safely come back out onto the interstate and get up and go on a pretty heavy load. He's going to need a minute to get his speed up. So we'll just hold traffic here and assist him down to where he needs to go so we can get there safely. It's another good reason to keep a sharp watch out, look ahead, make sure if you see red and blue lights, there's a reason for it. You need to be paying attention to what's going on and be ready to react and move over a lane if you need to. Salt Lake 389 1060.
389.
201 westbound, about 7200 west. It's a white dump truck, no plate. Hello, sir. How we doing?
Morning, sir. How you doing?
Good, thanks. Hey, the reason I've got you stopped, you don't have a license plate on the back. Do you know where that's at?
A license plate on.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to have a plate on the back of the truck, and I don't see one back there anywhere.
There was one back there.
Was there? How come you're not wearing your seatbelt?
I just took it off there.
Okay. All right. Do you have your driver's license with you?
Absolutely. GPS on it.
Okay.
It's,
Where are you coming from? Are you loaded or empty?
I'm empty.
Okay. Where are you coming from?
I just came from the landfill.
Okay.
Right here,
You're hauling there
California?
from Magna to out to the landfill?
No, I gotta go from Magna, pick up some road base.
Okay. Fair enough. I just need to come over to your side for a second. If you'll open your door, be careful with traffic. I just need to look at your VIN sticker inside your door frame real quick there, okay? Thank you, sir. Looks like you're all wore off. All right, well, we'll figure it out. Give me just a second to get some information entered into my computer, and I'll be right back with you, okay? Thank you. Yeah, so I came up behind the dump truck, realized that there was no license plate anywhere on the back of it. I got in front of him and saw that he did have one in the front, but it's not an apportioned plate, so he does have to have registration on the rear of the vehicle. All right. So that insurance card that you gave me is expired. Do you have a current insurance card with you? That could be it right there on top. Okay, there you go. That looks better. Awesome, thank you. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick walk around inspection with you. We'll check your lights, your tires, and a few things, then get you back on your way, okay? So for now, would you just turn your key on? Don't start the truck, but just turn the key on. And then turn your headlights and all your lights on. And then I'll run you through them. Just maybe roll your window down so you can hear me, and I'll walk you through them.
Yes, sir.
Okay, turn on your high beams. Okay, your four-way flashers. Okay, your right signal. Left. Okay, your wipers and washer fluid. You hit your horn. Your horn. Okay, your four ways. Okay, left signal. Right. Okay, step on your brakes. Okay. You could go ahead and turn your lights off so we don't wear out your battery. Turn your key off. Have you got your fire extinguisher and triangles we can look at? You can jump out if it's easier for you.
Here's the fire extinguisher, sir.
Okay.
It's right here. And the things are under.
So your fire extinguisher's empty.
Okay.
And it also needs to be secured. You can't just have it sitting there on the side of the seat. So you need to get one of those metal brackets or some way to secure it in there so it doesn't fly around in there and hit you, okay? All right, what about your triangles?
So they're in my box over
Okay,
there.
let's go over to that side.
I want for like 20 years.
Oh, nice.
But I've only been driving for them for about 3 years now, more now.
Right on.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I love it, man.
Was the winter slow? A lot of sitting around,
You know what's hit and miss on the winter?
It's how it is always around here, yep.
I see it as more like a vacation for me. My wife hates that.
Yeah. Enjoy it while you can because the summers are nonstop.
I get to enjoy my coffee while she goes to work. You know.
Do you have 3 of those? That's good. That's one.
Oh, this is one.
So you should have 2 more of those. Do you have like a red box or are they just in there loose?
These are, loose.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
That's where they'll
I've
be.
never had to use them, so.
Right on. Well, that's good. You don't want to have to. You don't make money while your triangles are
So
out.
there's 2 more in
There's
here.
2 in there? Perfect.
Yes,
okay, thank you. You go ahead and put those away. All right. Here is your license back. There's your insurance card. That, like I say, that one's expired. You can probably throw it away if you want to, or whatever you guys do with them.
Okay.
There's your registration back. So you're welcome. This is your copy of the inspection report, okay? So the 2 violations on here are what we talked about. The license plate's missing, and that fire extinguisher needs to be secured and charged, okay? Whoever fixes the license plate and the fire extinguisher is going to sign it right here.
Okay.
And then the boss, the owner of the company, the motor carrier representative will sign it here saying that everything's been taken care of.
Okay.
And then make sure within 15 days they email us a copy with those signatures back to this email address.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, any questions on how to take care of that? Okay, good to meet you. Keep on trucking then, be careful. Take care. See you too. Hello, sir, how we doing?
Great, and I know why.
You know why what?
Why?
Why did I pull you over?
Because there's mud on the tracks.
No. So on these machines, anything that weighs over 10,000 pounds, you need to have a total of 4 chains securing the machine down, plus the one that you've got over the bucket. Where you've got just the 1 chain on each side, you're missing half of the chains that you need on this for securement. Have you got your driver's license with you?
Absolutely. Is this that Utah Hive thing?
We are riding with the Hive today, yes sir.
I've watched you guys actually last
Have you?
night.
They're pretty cool, aren't
I
they?
love watching them.
Yeah, it's fun. I do too.
I've learned a handful of things. So.
Right, good. I suppose you had your seatbelt on, you just took it off when I came up here?
Absolutely.
Okay, so give me just a few minutes. I'm going to gather some info off of your truck and trailer, get it entered into my computer. I'm going to come back and we'll just do a quick walk around inspection and get you back on your way.
You
But
want me to rechain that real quick?
not yet. We'll get to that point, but let's hold off for now and then I'll go over it with you and show you exactly how you need to do it, okay? Thanks, man.
Go for it, Bull. Yeah.
So this is something we see pretty often as far as their load securement. This machine is way over the 10,000 pound threshold. So it's required to have 4 separate points of securement on the machine itself, plus the hydraulics lowered and secured. So you can see he's got 1 chain to cover the whole side of this machine, and it's exactly the same on the other side. So what he needs to do is secure it from this tie down point down to the trailer, 1 here, 1 here, and then the same on the other side would give him his 4 points of contact on the machine itself. The bucket's good, but he's missing 2 chains that are required on the machine itself. Okay, let's start with checking your lights. So don't start the truck, just turn the key on and turn your lights on, and then I'll just kind of direct you through what to do with your lights from there if you just turn them all on. You got everything on? Okay, it's just hard to see in the sun a little bit. Then hit your high beams and your 4-way flashers. Okay, your right signal, left, wipers and washer fluid. Okay, your horn. Thank you. Okay, your 4-ways, left, right, and your brakes. Kyle, I'm all finished up. I just need a little bit of time to get everything typed up into the computer, and I'll give you a copy of the inspection report. If you want to work on your chains now, you can. I just don't want to hold you up any longer than I have to if you want to be working on that. Jump out and I'll come over. I'll go over it all with you.
I've chained it like this since day one. I've never had a problem.
I understand you haven't had problems so far, but you don't want to have a problem. I mean, let's just say hypothetically 1 chain breaks. Chains break, binders break. What if 1 chain breaks? Now what have you got holding it on?
2 more.
You got 1 chain over there and 1 on the bucket. You're good with that? You feel comfortable hauling that down the road like that?
Get it on the shoulders.
Okay, well I don't think that's a very good choice. Regardless, the federal regulations require any vehicle or any machine that has tracks or wheels that's over 10,000 pounds has a commodity specific way of securing it.
Okay.
And what they say is you've got to have all 4 corners secured by their own chain. You need to have it as close to the corner as you can, secured from this tie down point to your trailer, the same on that back side, and then the same on the other side. So you'll have 4 total chains holding this down, and then you're good with that being lowered. Technically, this is another hydraulic portion that should be lowered and secured. We generally don't worry too much about that because it is so close to the front of the machine that it's obviously not going anywhere as long as you have enough to accommodate the weight of the machine. So you figure out how you want to do that. I understand there's limited space right there to get your binder tightened up and stuff, but if your binder's sticking out here, you can surely ratchet it and ratchet it and ratchet it going from here to here until it's tight. But if you want to work on that while I'm doing this, that way we're not holding you up anymore and get her fixed, because that is an out of service violation. You won't be able to leave until it's fixed. So
I've got a few things to do it. So.
Okay, perfect. So I did a quick check on this driver's history with previous inspections. Actually found an inspection that I did with him just over a year ago, March of last year, with literally the exact same violation. He had a different machine on, but did not have the bucket lowered and secured. So obviously a little bit of a history with not properly securing the equipment that he's moving around. So we'll see what we have to do to try to help him correct that. All right, here's your license back. Do you want to jump out just a second? I'll go over this paperwork with you. All right, so this first one is your copy of the inspection report. These are the 2 violations on here, what we've talked about. I did put on here for the mud on your tracks. Okay, it's this cargo not secured to prevent falling, leaking. While you were just over here banging on your chains, getting things hooked up, you can see all the stuff that fell off. Yeah. So obviously when you're going down the road bouncing, that's going to fall off. So that is an out of service item that you're going to have to take care of before you leave. So I don't know if you've got a shovel or your gloves or whatever, but get that cleaned off and just throw it over in the snow over there so you're not breaking windshields all the way down the hill. And then the securement of the vehicle, we've talked about all of that. Okay. I did make a note that you've already fixed that. So that's all taken care of on scene. So all you'll need to do with this is it's 3 pages long. You just need to sign the bottom of each page. That just says that you received this copy. That's all you're signing to. Since you fixed the items, you'll also sign right here as the signature of repairer. And then have the motor carrier representative, your boss, whoever you report to, will sign it here also, okay? And then make sure that within 15 days, they email us a copy back to this email address. All right. That makes sense?
Yep.
Okay, let's move on to the citation portion. Now, I don't know if you remember, March 15th of last year, I stopped you down at the mouth of the canyon.
Yeah, with the loader.
You had a loader on and the same issue. You had your 4 corners on at that point, but you didn't have the bucket secured, and you didn't have the articulation secured in the middle as well, okay? That was kind of your warning, okay? So this is a citation. I'm only giving you a warning for the mud that's fallen off, so that's not a ticket. You're only getting cited for the securement of the heavy equipment. That makes sense?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, any questions on those?
Nope.
Would you just verify I've got the right driver and the right company? That's all correct? Okay, well, if you'll just clean that mud up off there before you take off, then you'll be good to go, all right?
All right.
Okay, thanks, man. So right now we're responding to a semi-rollover on I-15 in Davis County. We don't have a lot of details on what's going on just yet, but they've requested our assistance, and we're going to go see what we can do to help them, see if we can figure out what's going on there. Hello, Sarge. Good, how are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, yeah. So this guy I just stand with is the owner of the company. I'll give you the quick lowdown, the common sense what happened. They just rebuilt this whole thing, brand new driver for about a week. She just hit the attenuator and slid along it. Here. So, but she initially was saying that there was mechanical failure. That's what it was called.
Okay. I just need to get Sergeant Cloward some pictures of the DOT number and stuff. Oh, yeah. And how's the driver? How's the driver?
How old?
How are they?
Oh, they're fine. Yeah,
okay.
Single driver.
All right. I mean, I think we could do it too and just note what violations we can obviously see from here. But it sounds like there's no significant injuries that we need to try to treat it as a possible fatal.
And really going back and looking, and I haven't seen the dash, but he sent it to Marshall, but the company owner was telling me about the dash. The driver was popping peanuts while she was driving, and just cut across the white and hit the attenuator with part of the trailer, and then it kind of hooked on the rail and just stayed on the rail the whole way. So really just cut the rail. So I don't, the initial complaint was the mechanical failure, but there's no indicator, there's no tire marks beforehand. All the equipment looks really good with what we can see.
Was it in the video? Did it show?
Marshall has it.
Yeah,
They emailed
see
it
if
to
there's
us.
any, you can hear any engine.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to check.
Okay. Where is he?
He's in the Durango.
That first one
The
right there?
driver's in the Durango with him.
Okay. What's going on, tough guy?
See ya.
How are you? Good to see you. Do you have driver's license with you and just take a picture of?
Yeah.
Where did the driver go?
She went back there with somebody. Do you want receipts for scales?
Yeah, we can take all that. So we arrived on scene a few minutes ago. We've had some time to kind of assess the situation of the vehicle, take some pictures and videos. No major injuries, thank goodness. Nobody's hurt seriously. So we're just gonna wait for him to upright the trailer, wait for him to tow the vehicle to a safer place where we can do a more in-depth inspection and go from there. I will certainly do a level 3 for sure, to at least document
I thought
everything.
having you come out to at least assess
For
the
sure.
original
Yeah, no doubt.
claim of mechanical failure.
So we just cleared the scene. They're still working on getting everything cleaned up. They've got a total of 3 heavy wreckers on scene trying to get the trailer turned back onto its wheels and get everything removed. They had to disconnect the 2 trailers. Started lifting up the rear trailer that was on its side. The axles started falling off of the front of it, so they had to remove the axles separately, and they're going to be there for a little while continuing to try to get that trailer back on its wheels so that they can get hooked up to it and remove it and take it to the tow yard. So that was a little bit of a chaotic scene where we were. There was a lot of people there. There's a lot of different responsibilities, people involved in cleaning up the hazmat that was spilled. Tow companies, obviously they're getting ready and getting their trucks positioned to move things. Troopers there doing traffic control, setting up security around it. UDOT was there straightening up those concrete barricades again, getting those back in place. So it's just a good reminder for everybody, if you come up on a scene like that, there's a lot of people on the ground walking around. Just make sure you pay attention, keep a safe distance, move over when you can, and at least slow down and just pay attention to what's going on so nobody gets hit.
Little distractions. We all have our favorite. But how long until those little distractions turn into a fatal mistake?
So we're going to go ahead and answer a question from our comments. The question came through: can law enforcement see your driving history when they take your driver's license and run a records check on that? And yes, we can see previous citations that have been issued, previous warnings that a driver's been given, crashes that they've been involved in, and that helps us to make a decision along with our discretion if a driver deserves a warning or if they need a citation to try to correct their behavior. And so yeah, we do that, use that information to help us make our decisions. If you guys have a question, go ahead and drop it in the comments below, and hopefully we can get to it on another segment.